Hi everyone, welcome to Naresh IT Technologies jQuery video session. Thank you so much for joining Naresh IT Technologies video session. This is Rakesh Singh. Today video session we are going to discuss about checkbox examples using jQuery part 3 video session, in which we will discuss one more very important examples of the checkbox, how to implement with the jQuery functionality. So what we are going to discuss in this video session, we are going to discuss one example where we have a group of checkboxes: option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5. Assume they are the group of checkboxes. These all checkboxes to be select by using the top checkbox which have the text select all. If user click on the select all, these all checkboxes must be checked. If user click on this checkbox again, is going to be uncheck. So these all checkboxes must be what? Uncheck. This kind of scenario you have seen in the mailbox. If you go to Gmail mailbox inbox, number of mails are present, and if you want to delete all those mail, so on the top one option available, select all. Once you make select all option to be checked, then all the mail which are available in the inbox is going to be selected. And again if you make that option to be unchecked, so all the checked options are going to be unchecked. That example we are going to implement. One more point in this: if user manually select option 1, option 2, if selecting individual one option, as soon as it get all these 5 options manually, so as soon as all the 5 options are completed, immediately this must be also checked, and here text to be changed what? Deselect all. And if you again deselect all, so this must be changed what? Text select all, and the all must be what is unchecked. And finally if user click on the submit, then identify what are the checkboxes are checked, their text and their values to be displayed downmost. Either display both text also and values also, or maybe any one, maybe text or maybe value. So this example we are going to implement using jQuery functionality to be performed at client side. So let's proceed with the development environment in our HTML page to complete this example. So for this purpose, so here observe that there is a HTML page available, HTML page.html, and in this page I have already set up checkboxes. This is the one checkbox with the label text for what? Select all, which has ID chk select, and just below I have group of checkboxes with their label. Type checkbox is input element, type checkbox, ID chk1, value opt1, and the group name is what? Options, and their text defining using label, which is going to associate with the what? For attribute ID chk1, and what is the text? Option 1, label closed. And in a similar fashion we have checkbox 2, right, 3, 4, 5, and for each given the value opt2, and group name is what? Same. So all the 5 checkboxes group name is what? Same. It means the all 5 checkboxes belong to one group with their different text, a different value, and different what is the ID. And grouping can be done by using the what? Attribute name, as already I have discussed in my previous video session. And here I have the one button. I have taken as a type equals to button, ID btn submit, value is submit. Whenever button submit is going to click it, then identify what are the checkboxes are checked, their text, their value fetch and display into what? This div with ID div result. So now first of all what required is our jQuery library file must be added as a reference to this page, that is already added. Second, script section to be defined, in which ready event of the document must be registered, so that you need to perform any operation as soon as entire document gets what is it? Ready. So for that particular purpose we need to register the what? Ready event of the what? Document object. Now in this, what is the first requirement? If user click on the what? Select all. If user click on the what? Select all, these all must be checked. Again user click on the select all, if it is going to unchecked, these all must be what? Unchecked. And whenever user click on the select all, if it is getting checked, so this text must be changed to what? Deselect all. So let's proceed step by step. So here, first requirement is $of hash chk select dot event called change, because whenever you are going to select all, it is going to change their status, maybe checked or maybe what is it? Unchecked. So we need to handle what event? Change event. Change event of function body open and close. In this we will write condition if current element $of what? This dot is of colon checked equals to true, or do not write equals to true, then also by default it checks for what? Equals to true only. So what element selected? chk select. In the change event, this is going to define by what? $of this define as a current element, whether it is already checked or not. If it is checked means true. So true equals to true, condition became true, then come to this block. If it is not checked, then going to what part? Else part. Simple logic. So in this what will write? If it is checked, so all group of checkboxes must be checked. So $of what is that? Input colon checkbox group name equals to what is it? Options close. So what I am doing here, selecting all input element type of checkbox with the group name what is it? Options. These all must be assigned with what? Checked property true. So dot prop is a method setting the property, which property? Checked comma what is it? True. Simple job. And the same code going to place into else part, right, with defining here what is it? False. Because if it is not checked this condition, right, then go to else part, it means it is what? Unchecked. Then complete group of checkbox option set with the property checked with what value? False. Save it, right. Now just come to the what is it? Browser and try to refresh your HTML page. After that you have option to select all. As soon as you click on the select all, now current status is what? Not checked. If you click on the select all, it is going to change their status into what form? Checked state. And whenever it is going to be checked state, then this all group of checkbox option must be checked. So just click on this, it is going to all checked. And whenever again click on this select all checkbox, so already what is status available? Checked. Now it is going to unchecked. Whenever this get unchecked, this all group of checkbox going to be unchecked. So click on this. Yes. Simply we have done using jQuery. No big logic required. Now what I am going to add additional requirement in this example. If I say select all, it is going to select. As soon as these all checkbox are checked mark, nothing but selected, this text must be changed to what? Deselect all. That gives a clear meaning to the user. Oh, if I click once again, it is going to deselect. So for that purpose, we have to change the text of this checkbox label. So how we'll do that? Come to here. In the checked condition true, then after setting all checkbox to be checked, write in the code $of what is it? Label square bracket for attribute equals to, means you are going to change the text of the label. Which label? The label which is defined with the for attribute equals to value of what? ID of the chk select. And what ID there? Chk select. So label for equals to what is it? Chk select close dot what is it? text method, text of what is the text, d select all, and going to be close. Same thing to be defined into else part, right, and text must be again back to what is it, select all. So if already select all text is there, it is going to select, it means checked, all checkboxes checked, then text to be changed, what is it, deselect all. Now user click on the deselect all, it is going to be unchecked, all checkbox going to be unchecked, and the text must be changed, what is it, select all. Save it, just come to the browser and refresh the page. You can observe select all checkboxes are selected, is nothing but all are checked, and text is changed, what is it, deselect all. Again if you click on the deselect all, so these all checkboxes are going to be deselected, nothing but unchecked, text again back to what is it, select all. Simply done that. So one requirement is fulfilled. Now we may have additional requirement. What? If user not going to click on select all, user going to check individual checkbox option in a group like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as going to select fifth option, and already earlier 4 options are selected. So whenever user manually selecting each checkbox individually, and if get all selected in a group, then the first one, the top one must be again what, checked, and text must be what is it, deselect all. So click on option 5. Not happening here. So in this case is giving a different meaning, because all are checkbox now checked manually. As soon as checked all manually, this also must be checked, a text must be what, deselect all. So how will do that one? And after that, if anyone is unchecked among this group of checkbox, if anyone is going to be unchecked, so this must be also what, unchecked, because this meaning for what, selecting all, not for any one. So for this we need to handle the change event function with the code logic for the group of checkboxes, not to the one checkbox. So how will do that? Let's proceed. So after this change, here just come down, writing the next code to fulfill our next requirement. What? Dollar of input colon checkbox name equals to group name, what is that, options, close, right? Input colon checkbox name equals to options, means selecting the group of checkboxes, and for this we are going to handle what, event, change event of what is it, function, right? So one more event, change function is added to a group of checkbox which belong to which group, options. Now in this, whichever element is going to checked, so you cannot check all checkbox element at a time, any one you are going to click. So which one you are going to click, that identified by using what, this. So you will be writing if dollar of what is it, this dot what is it, is of colon what is it, checked. So in the change event function, what the logic required, try to find out. In this doesn't require to check what is it, is of checked. Simple logic required, as soon as is going to be click, then find out how many checkboxes are there in a group, number 1, and the second one is what, till now how many checkboxes are checked, that counted. So if number of checkboxes counting is equals to number of checked checkboxes counting, then on the top select all checkbox must be checked. Simple logic. So you do not require to check any particular checkbox is checked or not checked. So this if condition, I just need to remove that. I write simple code where chk count means how many checkboxes are there total in a one group. So dollar of input colon checkbox attribute name equals to value, what is that, options, group of checkboxes, close, dot length property. So by using this line of code, very easily we are going to get number of checkboxes in a group called what is it, option, by using what, length property. Now just below write one more statement where chkd, nothing but checked count. So how to get checked count? Again write dollar of input colon checkbox attribute name equals to value options colon checked, means it is going to filter out only those checkboxes which are the checked, and I need to count it. So what is that, length. So on each checkbox click, if you click the first checkbox, if it is not already checked, going to be checked. So status change, this event fire, then counting how many checkboxes are available in this group, 5. How many checkboxes are till now checked, only 1, right. Again you click on the what, second checkbox, going to checked, same procedure, third, fourth, fifth. As soon as fifth checkbox is also going to be checked. Total number of checkboxes 5. Total number of checkboxes which are already checked 5. So 5 equals to 5, yes, then select all checkbox must be checked. So what will do here, now write the if condition logic. If chk count equals to chkd count, clear. So number of checkboxes in a group counting is equal to number of checked checkboxes counting, then select all checkbox must be checked. Then here write what is it, dollar of select all checkbox id, that is what, chk select all input type checkbox id what, chk select, and their text what, select all. So this input element select using what, chk select id value. So your dollar of hash chk select dot, what is it, prop is a method to set the property. Which property? Checked property, comma, what is it, value, which value, true, right. And after that their text must be changed to what, deselect all. So what you do that, dollar of, what is it, label for equals to what, chk select, attribute value keep into single quotes and going to be close. So select a label for chk select, means one label which has attribute for with the what value, chk select, and for this dot text what, d select all, and the same code required to keep into which condition, in this condition else part. And what you will do that here, chk select dot checked dot prop of checked comma, what is it, false, means if number of checkboxes are not equals to number of checked checkboxes, so select all checkbox must be what is it, unchecked. So required what to pass, false. And here what to change the text, select all, that's it. So this is the logic there for this requirement to fulfill. Now save this page and come to the browser window, refresh the HTML page, select all, fine, it is already working, deselect all, it is working. If user now going to select manually these all options, as soon as one by one all selected, this must be also what, selected, nothing but to be checked. So observe option 1, okay, this is not checked, option 3 no effect, option 5 no effect, option 4 no effect, option 2 already 1, 3, 4, 5 selected. If one remaining option there, if this also suppose select, nothing but this also to be checked, and if it is going to be checked, so this checkbox must be checked. You can see now it is checked, and text what is it, deselect all. Now user manually among these 5 option which belong to one group, if anyone is going to be unchecked, right, so this also must be what, unchecked, because this is meaning for what, select all, deselect all. So if anyone going to unchecked from here, so this must be unchecked, and again should come what, select all. Again user says select all here, then whatever the options are left which are not checked, it is going to be checked. Click on that, it is going to checked. So I hope this kind of functionality have been observed into the what, some real time website. Example I am telling you, Gmail inbox, Yahoo Mail inbox, or any mailing website inbox. In that this kind of options are available, which easily we are able to perform at what side, client side. Now what required that if I click on submit, then all the checked checkboxes, their text and their value to be displayed into the below in one div container, as how we have discussed in earlier video session. So let's proceed. Now the third functionality in this example I want to add, when user click on the button submit, so $of what is it, hash btn submit, right, dot what is it, click of function, body open close, right. What required that only checked checkboxes options. If not, no one checked, display message no checkbox checked. So we'll be writing if $of what is it, input colon checkbox name attribute equals to group name value what is it, options, fine, dot ease of colon what is it, checked, means if anyone checked then proceed, otherwise go to which part, else part. A simple message $of hash div result, in this div content display what message, HTML method, what message, in a b tag style equals to what, color colon red, and message no checkboxes, right, option are checked, right. Any message you can print as per your need, not only the same message what I am displaying here, like this. No checkboxes, options are what is it, options are checked, this message in a bold red color. But if anyone is checked, then find out what are the checked. Maybe anyone means only one checked, maybe what, two checked, maybe three checked. For those, their text and their values both get it and display into what, div result. So here what required is one variable where text equals to what, empty, and where values equals to what is it, empty. In these two variable I am going to store for those checkboxes which are the checked their text, and for those checkboxes which are checked their what, values. So now writing $of what is it, input colon checkbox attribute name equals to what is it, options, right, group of checkbox which belong to which group name, options, selecting, colon what is it, checked, because we want the text and we want the value only for the checked checkbox options, not for unchecked checkbox option. So colon checked. So this will return what, collection of checkboxes which are checked into this group, might be one, might be all five. On that we have to start iteration, nothing but a loop, to read each checkbox one by one, get their text, get their value, concatenate in some variable, and once the iteration is over then display into div result. So dot, what is a method in jQuery to iterate over the collection of elements, each method of function, body open and close, semicolon. Now in this first I am going to get the values, that's very easy. So values plus equals to $of this dot method val plus concatenate with the what, line break, means after one checked checkbox option value, second checked box option value is going to concatenate into new line. So for that we are going to provide what is it, br, right. And how to get the text, if you refer my previous video session, right, part 1 and part 2, in that you can notice that to get the text of the checkbox we have to find out their label that associated with the what, checkbox, the for attribute. So what you write, text, right, plus equals to $of label for equals to this level for whom, for the particular checkbox which is nothing but checked. So we don't know which checkbox is checked and what is their ID value. Then how you will write plus dollar of what is it, this represent to whom, current checked checkbox in this iteration dot, right, prop method you can use or attr method you can use, get the value of the property attribute, right. So prop of what is it, ID, right. This is going to return the what, value of the ID attribute of the current checked checkbox in this iteration. After the plus square bracket to be closed, this bracket closed dot, what is a text method plus concatenate which one, line break. So in this iteration is going to find out values and going to find out the text for those all checkboxes which are already checked, because this each function is applying to only checked checkboxes. Then after this, after the iteration over, simply display into the div result. I am not displaying how many checkbox options are checked, not counting how many checkbox option. Whichever checkbox options are already checked, just display their text or display their values. So what I am going to do that, dollar of hash div result, right, spelling you can check, div result dot html method of, I am displaying the what, b one text selected options, b tag close, a new line, line break, and b tag what is it, texts, b tag close, and then line break plus concatenate the what, texts, and after this in a b tag I want to display what is it, values as a heading, b tag close, a bold format. In the new line all the values please display, right, by concatenating what is it, values, and going to be semicolon. So try to understand once again. We are going to handle which event, click event with the nothing but handler function, for which one, button submit. As soon as click happen, we are going to find out all the checkboxes belong to this group and checking in that anyone is checked or not. If no one is checked, simply come to else part and in this div result display the message no checkboxes options are checked. If at least anyone is checked, 1 or 2 or 3, this condition true, come to this inside block, declare one variable with empty data, second variable values with empty data. Now start thinking about what logic to be written in order to retrieve each checkboxes in the group which are checked, is nothing but we have to start writing code to iterate over the collection of checkboxes which are checked in this group. So what we do that, dollar of input colon what, checkbox, group name what is it, option, and those are what is it, checked. On those elements start the iteration, start the loop by using what method of jQuery each. This is also required to bind with what, one function, and in this function we are trying to get the what, values in this and try to get the what is it, text in this. Once the iteration is over, so these values this text final result display into what is it, this div result. This is what we have done that. So now save this page, come to the browser and try to refresh the page. Fine, already we have tested select all, yes, working, deselect all, yes, individually selecting these all checkbox option. As soon as select all checkbox option, again selected, change deselect all, make anyone to be unchecked, it is what, this all unchecked, displaying what text, select all. Suppose all select. Now click on submit, below should display selected options, that their text and their what is it, values. So click on submit. You can observe that selected options are nothing but text. What text? Option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5, and values for each checkbox option which are checked, what are their values, OPT1, OPT2, OPT3, OPT4, OPT5. Suppose I say deselect all and I click on what, submit, display in red color message no checkboxes options are checked. So no checkboxes options are checked. If I say individual, this one checked, this one checked, and this one checked, only 3, right, not all, click on submit, display selected options, there text option 1, option 2, option 3 and values OPT1, OPT3 and what OPT5. Option 1 and the option 2 means option 3 text, and option 3 means what there text option 5 and value is what OPT1, OPT3 and what is OPT5. So this is the way how we have implemented for this example, where if user says select all checkbox to be checked, and if user says deselect all checkbox must be unchecked. Second requirement, if individual checkbox getting checked, as soon as getting all checked, then select all must be automatically checked. If anyone is going to be unchecked from the group of checkbox option, then select all checkbox must be what unchecked. And the third requirement we have done, if user click on the submit button, so till now what are the checkboxes options are checked, need to identify and get their text and get their value display on the page downmost into the one div tag which I have defined in my HTML documents, and in this example with the ID div result. So this is all about today video session, right? Keep watching coming jQuery video session. Thank you very much.